everybody, Michelle Nesky, the Posh PA, here to talk to you a little bit about how I handle grief as a medical provider. As an oncology PA, I experience the loss of patients more than I would like to, but I can tell you that I remember the loss of my first patient like it was yesterday, and it was 13 and a half years ago. I can tell you every detail of the situation, who was there, the patient's name, how it all played out. And it's ingrained in my mind for a few reasons. Number one, it's the first patient I took care of that I had taken care of for some time and had a relationship with. Number two, it was the first patient that I actually experienced death with. I was there when it happened. And when I was there, and number three is what I learned from that experience that I was able to take forward. So when it happened, I was completely distraught. I was very upset. I didn't feel that I should be crying at work, so I went into the bathroom and just lost it. I came out and I was like, you know what? I have to get through the rest of the day. I have to be strong. But when I went home, I completely melted down and I thought, I don't think I can do this. I don't think I can be in this profession and deal with this loss. But after I took some time to think about it, I also thought, if I'm going to do this, I need to figure out a way that I can handle this. I need to figure out some coping mechanisms so that when I lose a patient, I am not broken. And so over the years, I've developed a lot of different coping techniques that sort of help me get through the hard times. And the very first thing is talking to someone about it. So it doesn't have to be a coworker. It doesn't have to be your doctor. It can be your spouse. It can be your best friend. But usually talking to the people that are directly involved with you in the situation, they understand and it makes it better. It can't make it all better, but you've been through it together and you've lost this person together. And so talking about it out loud rather than swallowing it in and going to the next patient, taking a second to really feel that emotion, talk to somebody about it and deal with it has been huge. So when something like this happens, the physician and I talk about it, the nurse and I talk about it, and it's awful, and we express our feelings, and then we're better people and we can move on. We have the right to feel emotions as medical providers. We're human. And if the day I don't feel sad about losing a patient is the day I should retire. Because in my mind, that's my personal opinion, because we're human beings. And yes, we are medical professionals and providers, but at the end of the day, we are human and we have emotions and we are allowed to experience them. The second thing I do to sort of cope with this, obviously you guys see me every day, I exercise. It's one way that I can get out my frustrations and emotions every day and refocus. I also make sure that I use my lifelines and I talk about other things with my friends. I, need to laugh. Like I reach out to my friends that aren't involved in the medical field. I go to my neighbor's house. I'll, call my mom. I'll go shopping, do something that makes me feel good, that is healthy, that I can smile about, things that make me happy. Walk my dogs, go out with friends, any of those things. Using your lifelines is so important. My dogs are a huge part of helping me cope with a lot of my emotions, not only with grief, but also with anxiety. Just taking them outside for a walk is easy enough, or even just going out for a walk with Dave is something easy and simple that I can do. I've also developed a way that I can have relationships with patients, but also not have, I don't know how I'm going to say this. It's not a wall. It's more of just a screen. I think that's the best way I can say it. I develop a screen. So I can see through the screen. We can talk through the screen. We are We get to know each other through the screen. I provide medical care through the screen. But what doesn't come through the screen are the very tiny negative things that when a patient leaves can hit you. Like, did I miss something? Did I do something wrong? Self-doubt, self-blame, all of those things. Was there something more? I wish I could have done something. All those things don't come through the screen anymore because I can't let them come through the screen because yes, we need to learn from every single patient. We need to learn from our mistakes, but we need to think introspectively when we lose patients. And yes, we need to think, is there something different? But starting to go down the rabbit hole of, I missed something, I didn't do enough for this person, I should have done this, I should have done that. It can't come through the screen anymore for me because I have to take care of the next patient and focus on the other people that need me to be the best I can be, for them and provide the best care I can, and know in my heart that I provided the best care I could for the patient that I just lost. You can't control everything. And in the medical field, anything can happen at any time. And so you need to be able to have reliable coping mechanisms that you can use, that you can rely on, that will recenter you. So talking to your coworkers, talking to your friends that are outside of it, doing something fun for yourself, spending some time with your pets, going out with some friends, getting away for the weekend, meditating, exercise, all of those things are really wonderful tools that can help you sort of navigate through grief. But I will tell you that the number one for me is talking about it with the people that have gone through it with me. And number two for me is now having that screen, not a wall, a screen, so that I can still develop relationships with my patients. I can still provide good care. I can still, have an impact on people's lives, but I don't let, when they leave us, that doubt and I could have done more, I should have done more, all of those negative things come through that screen. So that's how I handle it. And just know that you are allowed to have emotions about losing patients. It's a normal human response. And for me, the day I no longer have that response, I'm going to hang it up. I'm going to hang up the stethoscope, because having empathy and having emotion for your patients and their families is a really important part of being a provider. But at the same time, you also need to have the mechanisms to be able to cope with that. So I hope that these tips helped you. I have a blog post that is about surviving a career in cancer on michellenesky.com that goes through a lot of this as well. You don't have to be in oncology to experience grief. You can be in any specialty and this will happen to you. So anyway, check that out. Reach out to me if you have any questions. You guys know I love to hear from you. Have a great day.